Hello everybody, I'm Jenny with Budget Determined, and today we are going to do our August closeout as best as we can and show you the setup that we're doing for September. If you've been with me, you know that we have recently had a switch up in our budget, and for the month of September, September will be my final paycheck for my job. I unfortunately had to quit it. It was not just my job, it was my career. But things change and we have to adapt and adjust. I am a chronic illness warrior. I have rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, neurocardiogenic syncope, among some other things that are a daily challenge for me. So jobs are not the easiest for me to find of some things that I can do. And unfortunately, as time goes on, I will struggle more and more. But that's just the way that it is. We all have our challenges and life goes on. So we adapt and adjust. So we're going to call this the transition month because, like I said, this will be my final paycheck for my job. So it still has my husband's income and my income as part of the budgeting process. We have set aside money to have $2,000 in our emergency fund. For now, we hope to increase that in the future. We just recently had a family emergency, hence me having to quit my job. And again, I'm sorry for the blank space in August. Some things can't be avoided, but I am still here. I have no intention of quitting this. I really am coming to rely on you guys a lot for words of wisdom, words of encouragement, in continuing and helping with this struggle that oftentimes knocks us back and makes us lose motivation quickly at times. But we're going to move forward. We're going to get debt free at some point in time. But for now, with the loss of my income, we will be short every month. Basically, our basic debt payments every month. And in that, we have set aside, we have pulled our savings challenges money and stuff, along with some from some sinking funds, and we have put 2 months of payments aside for October and November, so we're almost good through the end of the year. I did realize that I don't quite have the payments set for the new debt, which was our emergency on our Discover credit card, which we didn't have credit card debt before, but we now have it. I do need to set aside a little bit more for that, so we'll work that out. So let's go August. So nope, that's July. I got all those goals done. For the month of August, like I said, family emergency, household emergency, etc. So anyways, for August, I'm not gonna lie, the emergency kind of took precedence. I didn't keep as good a track as I generally try to, and so we only did, oh no, we did add $100 to the emergency fund as well, but we got 2 challenges done, which all things considered, I think we did pretty dang good. This was our plan. All the bills got paid, all the debts got paid, so that's good. We did stay in budget. As far as our additional income, it got spent. We're going on a hiking trip. I told you guys about it a little bit. Well, for that time, my husband and myself, we both, not both of us, it was just my husband. My husband got sick, and I stayed home to take care of him, and we let all the kids go together as siblings. They're plenty old enough for that. And they had a really good time. Also did an overhaul grooming on all 3 of our dogs. Came to $150. We had kids' birthday parties and stuff. We had a vehicle repair, etc., which basically depleted the whole entire additional income that we had made last month. It would have been nice to put that all towards debt, but yeah, that didn't happen. So we stayed in budget for the groceries and the gas, and let's just make sure that this adds up. We should have $2 left in groceries. 1, 2. And we should have $5 left in food. If I can do this. Yes, today I'm wearing 2 braces. This wrist still needs some support. It is improving. It is improving. I'll give it that. I think it's going to be fine. I don't think I'm going to have to make a doctor's appointment. I just think it needs a little bit of babying and stuff. I can't use my hands for a lot of heavy-weighted things, apparently. So this thumb's been bothering me. With the weather changing, it's definitely starting to feel like fall, and that definitely affects my pain levels and inflammation levels. So as far as the fuel for our gas money goes, we have $1, 2, 3, 4, $5 left, $5 left. So we have $7 here. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to, and none in miscellaneous, none in my spending, none in the medical. That one has to do with business stuff, has nothing to do with the household. And if you guys are wondering what my wallet is, this is actually the, oh my goodness, Moterm A7 Luxe. This is the Versa. It kind of comes apart like that. You can just use this, keep track of things in here, and take that with you if you want. You can use it as a planner, whatever. I use it as my wallet, and then it has some schedule stuff in the back, which works out really great. It has this awesome pocket, pockets all over the place, and I love this wallet. It's like the perfect carrying size to take with me. I'm gonna set that off to the side. This money is, I think I know what we're gonna do with that money. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. So we're gonna go into my, this is my debt and savings challenge envelope, but like I said, we're not doing savings challenges. This one says challenge because it's one of my envelopes from back here from the savings challenges. And as I told you guys, I was gonna do labels, which I did. So I think I'm gonna like do a cash swap on some of these just to make it a little thinner. But this is how much we need for 2 months payment on our personal loan, which that one is full. This is 2 months payment on my vehicle, ouch, but necessary. That one's full. Our RV trailer payment done. Our quad done. And this is that. You see, I did plan out. I'm just, even though it won't cover the full debt, I want it to be manageable and be able to color something in on a regular basis. So we're going to do every $100 extra that we pay off on debt, we're going to color one of these. Now, this envelope back here is for the Discover payments for 2 months. And that one is not full. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. So that's 1 month. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 1.5 months. And then I am actually going to pull this one out of here because I'm going to get a 50 this next month to put in here and just sweetly round that out. So that's 150 in there. This here, we're just going to, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. $8. So in this envelope, I'm just using one of my challenge envelopes. I know it's just $1 bills, but it's a start. We're just going to start shoving some money in here so that we can start working towards covering December's debt payments on all of these. Every little bit helps, gets us that much closer, even if it's just $1 at a time, right? So that's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to set that off to the side. Oh boy. Okay, so done with that page. This was my goal for the month of August before any emergencies. And as you can tell, yeah, side hustle income, I didn't keep track of it. It all went into an envelope. You guys saw me pull it out last time, last Friday and Friday night. I posted it Friday night. I usually try to post them early in the morning, but it doesn't always happen, and I apologize for that. But it got posted, so anything's a victory with me at this point. Orthodontist, we're not doing that at this time. They reneged on their contract, and that one got canceled. So we're just going to write cancel, so I don't feel like that's a failure. Wall of debt. We put $160 in that wall of debt challenge to go as additional debt payment, which was supposed to go towards the personal loan, but we've swapped everything up, and all that money went towards all the side hustle, all the savings challenges, wall of debt, etc. All of that went towards building up those envelopes that you guys saw, showing the savings for preparing for the future months of minimum debt payments, since we'll be short that every month in the future. I hope that made sense. Yeah. To cover the minimum debt payments for October and November, and now we're working on December. So this emergency money went towards building up our emergency fund, towards the help us get to the $2,000. My optimal baby emergency fund, I know that Dave Ramsey recommends the $1,000, but economy has changed, and with medical struggles and stuff like what we have, my comfortable baby emergency fund is $5,000, which ends up being, we've had a few emergency funds that cost, not emergency funds, emergencies that have cost right around that, like this one, and that we just had. And so I really want to get it to that point, but for now we're going to be happy with the 2,000, and we'll eventually get to the 5,000. You have to stay positive. You have to stay confident. There isn't any option, because if you don't continue to stay focused despite the struggle, you're never going to win the race, right? Even if you trip, get up, dust yourself off, pull up your big girl panties, and keep on running. Yeah, so anyways, let's go here. Our debt at the end of July was $95,119. We have now added debt, so, which in some ways feels like a failure, but also in some ways feels like a victory, in the fact that it could have been a lot worse. And with all the savings challenges and stuff that we had, quite honestly, everything considered, we're in a way better spot than what we could have been had we not been working on this program. So 95,119 equals our debt, even though our emergency was over $5,000 so far. There might be more costs, hopefully not. Hard swallow, ugh. But our debt change has gone up $4,000. $379. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I honestly don't know what we saved because I didn't keep track of the side hustle money very well. It just automatically got put into those payments, and my brain has completely been in a foggy state trying to function and take in everything that's been going on. My brain kind of gets very foggy when I get stressed. Joys of RA and fibromyalgia. Well, I think it's just part of stress in general, but maybe magnified by my conditions. But yeah, I honestly, question mark, honestly don't know what we saved. And you know what? Just considering everything, I'm not going to worry about it because we are where we are, and I'm not going to stress about figuring out that amount. I know that it went where it needed to go, and I know what our dollar amounts are because all of our savings, again, is going towards those future payments to help cover our bills and stuff for the next months. So we are going to mark emergency month. And our top sinking funds for September, food stock up. We still want to get that half of a beef. And so we're trying to get that done. Self-love, only money I'm putting in there is haircut money. Oh, by the way, I am getting a haircut. I am chopping all my hair off this week, in fact. I picked out a haircut. I've had short hair before. I've been completely bald before because one of the meds that I took has aspects of chemo in it. I was on multiple meds that made my hair fall out. You can hear my puppies in the background. And so I've had completely no hair before. And, well, I kind of grew my hair back out. It's right about bra strap-ish level. And I'm going to chop it off. I used to do a lot of things with my long hair. I've had my hair all different lengths. But as you can see with my hands, I have struggles with them. So every time I brush my long hair, it wears out my hands. My hands hurt, my arms hurt, everything. So we're just going to go to a simple, short, wash and wear haircut. And I'll post before and after pictures on my Instagram. So keep an eye out for that. My Instagram will be posted down below. You'll also see my Etsy shop posted down below, as well as I'll put a link to this budget book. I'm going to be doing something very exciting. I'm really excited about it for this next year, but I'm gonna finish out this one, and I will make a video showing you guys what I am doing for 2023 in my budgeting planning zone. Our other top sinking fund is clothing. I still have to stuff some sinking funds because we still have things that we have to do. My husband's going to need some new boots coming up, and good pairs of boots for out here where we live in the boondocks is, you might as well buy the good ones that cost a bit and last a number of years, because cheap footwear just does not last, and it's just a throwaway where we live. I also want to stuff these 3 envelopes. I know it's top 5, but these 3 kind of go hand in hand. Medical, dental, vision. My husband's going to need a new pair of glasses as well. And then sports. I know generally that one probably wouldn't be a priority, but this is my son's first year of high school football. And since I'm not working, I just want to prioritize being there and spending time with my family. We've dealt with a lot of hard stuff lately, and I just feel like that time spent and being there for my kids is incredibly important right now. Yeah. I'm sorry, you guys. Whew. I was not trying to do that, but I did say I was going to be a little bit try to be as transparent as possible without giving out too much personal stuff, right? Yeah. So we are prioritizing that because family should always be a priority, and we're taking our own snacks and stuff for the most part, other than every once in a while I might get my daughter some popcorn or something like that. I think that's where some of my spending money went this last month, but for the most part we're taking our own drinks and stuff. We just have entrance fees to the games and gas money to get there, which we're trying to budget for as much as we can out of our regular gas fund, but you know, if it goes over, then maybe we'll have money in there for that. So for the month of September, we have changed things a bit. We are going to continue to add to the emergency savings, but it's only going to be $50 a month out of our regular budget. Our bills, we're going to, instead of rounding up like what I actually prefer to do, we're just going to go to the rounding up of the next dollar. So our mortgage payment is $965 and some change. We're going to pay $966 every month. Our auto insurance, we have a vehicle on storage, so we were able to lower our monthly auto insurance to $215 a month. Our electrical is still staying the same at $260. Phone bill is staying the same for both my husband and my own phone at $100 a month. Our city, which includes our water, our garbage, and our septic, is $90 a month. And we dropped some of our streaming stuff, and we're only going to be doing $20 a month towards TV. I don't think my family would be very happy with me if I dropped everything. We kind of had a family meeting on it, and we're like, listen, we have to cut some costs here. And so we came to a agreement that we're going to keep it under $20 a month. For our internet, it's $45 a month, leaving our total for bills is $1,696. Debt payments, we've now added a debt. My vehicle payment is $570, personal loan $480. Our trailer is $265. This one here, I don't know, that one's a hard one, you guys, because we're kind of toying around with the idea of possibly trying to sell it to get rid of some debt. We may or may not be able to sell it for what we owe on it. I don't know. This isn't optimally the time to sell it, so I think we're going to baby that one out a little bit longer and kind of play around with the idea and try to run some numbers, because that trailer, we bought it before we really planned on it. Our son got out of the military and he came home and there was absolutely no rental places to rent, and so we bought the trailer because we knew that we wanted to buy one at some point in time so that we can travel. And we bought it early so that they could stay in it when they got here while they were looking for their own place to live. Now they're in their own place. We haven't had a chance to even take it out camping. I think I've slept in it one night. Yeah, even though it's not optimally getting used right now, it reminds me of my grandparents' trailer that I used to go on adventures with as a kid, which holds a lot of good memories, but at the same time, you get emotional about money, but at the same time, that also gets us in trouble. So I don't know on that one, because in the future, we do plan on traveling and maybe going down to Arizona or places with better climates for arthritis during certain parts of the year to visit and get a little bit of break for my joints, but I don't know. Like I said, we're still figuring that one out. We do want a trailer in the future, but I don't know that now's the time. I'll let you guys know what we decide on that one. For my husband's four-wheeler, he uses it to make money with the side hustle and stuff a bit, so we're going to be keeping that one. And our payment on that is $211. Our Discover credit card, let me just put a CC there, $100 minimum payment every month for $1,626. Our groceries, we're still going to keep that at, last month I think we did $450, but prior to that we had it at $400. We're going to keep it at $400. We have a good stock up of canned food and stuff that I did like last year and whatnot. We also have bought staples in bulk, as in beans and rice and flour, sugar, whatnot. So I'm hoping to stay under that, but in reality we have 5 people living in our house. 3 of them are teenagers or almost teenagers, and that's less than $100 a month per person. So I consider that a very low food budget. And even though I think that we can go manage to keep it under that a little bit, I'm crossing my fingers. And if we do manage to, then whatever's left is going to go into our food build-up fund or the envelope to build up for the future debt payments. But I want to make sure that we get that half a beef for sure. But I also don't want to cut us short on food every month. Nutrition, health, everything is priority. Our fuel money, we're going to stay with our $300. My husband and I are not going to be taking spending money. The kids' commission, they're not going to be taking commission. We've agreed upon it as a family. We're all in this together and we kind of have to all support each other right now. So miscellaneous, we're going to do $20 for that, and food for our dogs, $50 a month, for a total of $770. I want to put an extra $200 for payment on our Discover card, and our sinking funds we're going to put $208 to, for a total of $4,550, which is what we have been running our budget off the last number of months. This will be the final month that we actually have that number to run our base budget off of. Yeah, so next month it will look somewhat different as well. And as far as the sinking funds, what we're going to be doing there for self-love, so haircuts for myself and my son, we're going to do $50. That does include tip. Clothing, we're going to add $28. Food stock up $50. Sports, we're going to do $50. And medical, dental, and vision, we're going to do $10 each into those for a total of $30, for a total of $208 for the sinking funds. Yeah, so that is the plan. We did get paid. I'm starting to figure out the exacts of where money will go. So you'll see that in next Monday. I'll post a video of my stuffing my wallet and how we actually end up dispersing the money and whatnot. Oh, yeah. As you guys can tell, I'm a little bit stressed. I'm a little bit unhinged right now. Thank you all for your loving comments and support. I really needed so many of those comments. Thank you so, so much. I hope you guys are all doing better than I am. What is your favorite thing that you did this summer? Quite honestly, working in my garden, I think, is one of my favorite things that I've done this summer. And going and helping my husband get firewood. Farmer's market, which I have farmer's market listed here for every week, but quite honestly, every Friday is my son's football game, and even though that would be money coming in, I think the trade-in value for being there for my son, I think that kind of takes precedence right now. So we're going to figure out side hustle a different way. I do plan on doing farmer's market next year. So maybe in the meantime I can kind of work on some things for that, as well as figuring out other side hustles. I don't know if online jobs, like regular jobs, are going to be an option for me. I have a lot of I don't know. I don't want something that's a pyramid scheme, and I don't want something that is going to be a waste of my time and energy, because I don't know if many of you guys know about the spoon theory, but basically people with chronic illness and pain levels and stuff, we kind of gauge things in each spoon equals X amount of energy, and we only get so many spoons in a day, and those spoon quantities change per day. Some days we wake up automatically fatigued, or fatigued just all day, like flare up, whatever, and some days we have a burst of energy, but if we overuse that, it could throw us into a flare up. And so there's a whole figuring out your balance, and that balance changes throughout the year, and depending on the weather, so many different contributing factors. So finding a job that we can consistently do and make sure that we're reliable and stuff. And I always push myself, because I hate being late. I always have this thing where if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, you know. I like to be a dependable employee. So I don't know what all my options are. I'm kind of doing a bit of research right now. But yeah, figuring out side hustle stuff in the meantime, other ways to make money, and looking for going through things to see what we don't need anymore and what we can sell, to take care of some future months, as well as helping knock down that debt and make that payment burden every month a little bit lighter. I hope all that makes sense. I honestly don't know what's coming out of my mouth sometimes, because my mouth talks before my brain has even caught up to it. I'm sure some of you guys understand that. So anyways, I've set this up a little bit different, because we're not doing the savings challenges or anything. Side hustle distribution, I did not write out all the sinking fund envelopes like what I normally do, because that's no longer the priority. And so even though we have some sinking funds that are still a priority to build, exactly what happens there, I took care of a little bit of it with our regular paycheck, and this is going to be side hustle stuff. So I don't know, I'm going to figure that out depending on how the money comes in and where it goes, because like I said, this next month we're going to have to pull from those envelopes that we've set money aside for 2 months worth of payments, and I'm going to need to restuff another month's worth of payments to try and maintain that 2 months of payments at a time. Try to get us into next year a little bit of a ways. Some of the side hustles that my husband does won't be we won't be able to do that. We won't be able to get the firewood and stuff come the dead of winter. So we kind of have to gauge and plan ahead for that. So yeah, that is basically where we're sitting, and we'll kind of see how the cookie crumbles. So goals this month. Let's just our number one goal. Build future debt, minimum pay. Okay, and then let's do pay extra on debt. Breathe. Sometimes you have to remind yourself. And then here, let's say harvest and preserve. Garden produce, which I have been working on and I'm still working on. I'll be working on some today. I've been canning tomatoes. I've been canning and pickling beets, carrots, and cucumbers to pickles. I've got zucchini and yellow squash in the freezer now. I blanched the beet greens and put them in the freezer. So I'm stocking up on our food supplies, which will help us get through the following months and the winter, cut our costs. I do have to say that that garden it's always been a blessing, but when you're struggling like we are right now, it becomes even more of a massive blessing, and I am so grateful for the earth, to the earth for providing. So anyways, you guys, sending much love and many blessings your way. I will see you next time. Bye.